Keir Starmer's position as Britain's Prime Minister is coming under increasing pressure. He faces criticism over the appointment of Peter Mandelson as ambassador to Washington, despite Mr. Mandelson's links to convicted US sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Mr. Starmer's chief of staff resigned yesterday, taking responsibility for advising the Prime Minister on this post. And just now, Starmer's communications chief has also quit. Opposition leaders have called for Mr. Starmer's resignation. Olly Barratt is covering his story for CNA live from London. Olly, Mr. Starmer's two key aides, they're quitting in just 24 hours. He will speak to Labour MPs privately later tonight. How is he planning to weather this particular storm?
Well, as you say, part of the plan is to try and rally the troops, speaking not just to Labour MPs later on, but he's also been speaking to Downing Street staff today who, as you were saying, have just witnessed the departure of two senior members of that operation there. And the Prime Minister is trying his best to sound confident and like he's getting on with the job. He told staff that politics can be a force for good. He says, "We go forward from here. We go with confidence as we continue changing the country," he says. Now, I've just been in a lobby briefing of journalists for CNA, and the Prime Minister's spokesman was asked this very simple question: is the Prime Minister going to resign today? And the answer from the Prime Minister's spokesman was no, and he insisted that the Prime Minister is in a positive, confident and determined mood. And what we're going to see, I think, in the days ahead is a raft of policy announcements as the government tries to show that it is getting on with the job. But Keir Starmer faces a very difficult predicament indeed without his former Chief of Staff, Morgan McSweeney, a man who's been by his side for years now. And quite a lot of the Labour MPs that Keir Starmer will address later on today are deeply sceptical about whether he can or should remain in his job.
Well, this scandal pulling in former Prince Andrew, now just Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Earlier it was over his private life, now allegedly for sharing official British trade documents with Jeffrey Epstein.
That's right. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, according to this latest tranche of emails and documents released in the Epstein files, appears back in 2010-2011 to have been sharing some information that would have come his way in his role at the time as a trade envoy for the UK. And that is something, if it is as it appears, that would have breached really official protocol in terms of the confidential nature of some of the information that would have been available to him as part of that role. That is obviously one of the latest allegations that has come Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's way. He has always denied any wrongdoing with regards to his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Interestingly, today, though, we have a comment from William and Catherine as the Duke and Duchess head to Saudi Arabia for a visit they've been asked to make by the UK government. And we have a brief statement from a spokesperson for them saying their thoughts remain focused on the victims. But I can confirm, says the spokesperson, the Prince and Princess have been deeply concerned by the continuing revelations.
Thanks. Olly Barratt there covering this story for CNA live from London.